Here comes Peyton Manning, making his entry as a quarterback for the University of Tennessee.
For Peyton, we're going to go 5-star and, of course, pocket passer to archetype. Young Peyton had a little sneaky mobility back in the day, so the 78 speed with solid agility works here. We want step up, dot, on time, and sleight of hand, and we'll be able to get all of those on platinum. Uniforms are locked in, accurate to when Peyton played at Isidore Newman in New Orleans. He played alongside his older brother Cooper, father of the latest Manning phenom and Texas Arch. And after Peyton, Eli picked up the torch at Newman too. Their dad, Archie Manning, was the Saints quarterback in the late 70s and early 80s. So Peyton didn't just choose football, he was born into it. The face is pretty much the same from College Football 25. It's not perfect. It's too wide for Peyton, but hey, we're working with what we got. For animations, I went over the top 4 for throw style, awkward on the carry style. For run style, just went with lanky, close even on the shotgun stance. Kinda has him scanning the field like he did all those years. And under center, just went with classic. What is going on with his face here?
You want to know how I got these scars?
Before kneeling, before the NFL, before Omaha, and him being the sheriff, he was just a kid in green and white, lighting up Louisiana defenses. Peyton wasn't just a quarterback, he was a field general, calling audibles, breaking down coverages, studying film like a true football sicko. Wasn't flashy, just calculated, smart. He finished his high school career with over 7,000 yards passing, 92 touchdowns, and was the #1 quarterback in the country. This wasn't just high school football. This was chapter 1 of a football legacy. In real life, Peyton almost went to Michigan, wanted to get away from the SEC and carve his own path, and if he did, he might have ended up in the same quarterback room as a young Tom Brady. That's a little wild to think about. But we're not here for alternate timelines, we're here for God's land. Wait, this is kind of like an alternate timeline. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, Peyton Manning commits to the University of Tennessee, and just like that, Vol Nation had a new sheriff in town. At first, Peyton was 4th on the depth chart coming in, but starter Jerry Colquitt tore his ACL, and then MLB Hall of Famer Todd Helton got injured as well. Brandon Stewart was also ahead of Peyton, but by the 4th game of the year, Peyton took over and never looked back. But in this world, Coach Heupel is giving him a shot right away.
That is ridiculous.
He's a 90 overall, and it's going to be interesting to see how he plays out in this beer and shoot offense. Peyton Lewis starts at running back. Royster rotates in. Wideout room is deep. Matthews, Staley, Hudson Clement from West Virginia, Jaden Gibson from Oklahoma, Nathan Leacock transfers back to UT, I guess, and Isaiah Horton from Bama. Horton is a beast pickup in the portal. I wish he wasn't a senior though. But after blowing away the competition in drills, Peyton earns that starting spot as a true freshman. We are going to sim his first 3 seasons here. Just want to see how cracked this beer and shoot playbook is in the sim, and especially with a high rated quarterback. But we might hop into a game here and there before his senior season. But we for sure got to hop in his first game at Neyland and with the Vols against the mighty FCS Groupers. First run through the Power T, first time under center in Neyland. Let's go put on a show. Last year it was kind of hard to play with the beer and shoot in Road to Glory because the camera just wouldn't zoom out enough. But as far as goals for this Peyton playthrough, we want the Heisman. Was robbed by Charles Woodson. No, I'm just kidding. Woodson had a crazy year and made some crazy plays, but it is a bit controversial. We want to beat Florida. He went 0-4 against them in real life. Spurrier, the best Florida coach ever, not this bozo, had them rolling at the time. Win the SEC championship and try to bring in a natty for Peyton. Funny enough, the year after Peyton left, T. Martin, who has now been a longtime assistant for my Ravens, came in and got 3 of the 4 goals in one season. And one more game here pops up in year 1 that I feel like I need to play. Welcome to Austin, Texas, where today we don't just have a battle of 2 top programs, we've got a clash straight out of Back to the Future. On one sideline, Peyton Manning, the legend reborn in orange and white. On the other, his nephew, Arch Manning, trying to carve out his own legacy deep in the heart of Texas. It's Manning versus Manning, uncle versus nephew, past meets future, and only one sheriff's riding out of town today. Sorry.
Throws for the tight end. Picked off. A rare misread and mistake from this quarterback. Looking to throw on first down. Out. On near the stick. It's Horton. Long. From the gun. Wants to
Run game, and that's why they're winning this football.
They're working that left. It's Manning. Fires it. He got it. So close to
Force the football back into traffic.
They'll go to the ground. Stopping to throw on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Wide open downfield. He'll set up to throw. Wide out trying to get it in. Touchdown!
Now a few notches.
The give out of the gun. He has play action. A shot toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball.
Yeah, we lost in overtime 36-33. Arch only had 106 yards passing, but did have 4 touchdowns. Peyton threw for 339 yards and 3 touchdowns, but the run game was trash. 17 yards on 19 carries. Running back decision making in this game is broken, but still, Peyton looked like the future. After that, only Vandy was left on the schedule, and that's always pretty much a given win. So Peyton and the Vols go 9-3 on the regular season. Jeremiah Smith wins the Heisman, as he does in this game. Peyton gets freshman All-SEC with a rematch against Miami of Ohio in the Vegas Bowl. Exciting. A quick look at some of the career records for Tennessee. We've got Peyton from real life holding the yards and touchdown records. For single game records, Eric Ainge has passing touchdowns. That's Danny's nephew for my basketball guys. And Tyler Brady holds the passing yards record with 530. Fun fact, I was at that game. The defense was so bad under Dooley that even with all those yards and 5 touchdowns from Bray, it still came down to the wire against Troy. Cordell Patterson and Justin Hunter had a big game that day too. Patterson was so fun, man. Right up there with Lamar as far as agility and making defenders look dumb. Was only here 1 year, but one of my favorite balls of all time. Peyton has a chance to break the season record that was set by Aguilar just a season before, as we get this win easily, and Peyton does get that record. USC beats rival UCLA in the Natty. I feel like I see that a bunch in these. Here in season 2, Peyton enters as a 95 overall. Royster takes over as starting running back. The wide receiver room still looking nice. Desmond James transfers in from Cal. He's the guy who went viral for his body transformation after leaving Arkansas. Peyton opens the year as 3rd on the Heisman watch list. Tennessee is ranked 7th in the nation. Schedule's looking tough, like always in the SEC, but surprisingly, no Bama and no Florida, even though I set them as protected matchups. Nice, EA. Hopefully we can get them again during our senior year at least. They get blown out by LSU and Auburn. That puts them at 10-2 on the season. Peyton finishes the regular season with 4,867 yards, 37 touchdowns through the air, zero interceptions. What the hell? He also tacks on 4 rushing touchdowns. Royster chips in 800 yards on the ground and 19 touchdowns of his own. Desmond James led the team in receiving yards. They lock in a home playoff game in Neyland against LSU, the same team that blew them out earlier this season. Taven St. Clair, now at Pitt, wins the Heisman. Peyton finishes 4th in voting, but does earn second team All-SEC. Devin Hyatt finishes 2nd in Heisman voting. Bama fans are real familiar with Hyatt's brother. Tennessee couldn't get revenge on LSU. They lose 38-28. Peyton threw for 445 yards and 2 touchdowns in the loss. Oklahoma goes on to win the national title. Manning's final sophomore season numbers: 5,312 passing yards, 39 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. That's kind of crazy. No interceptions. Now with over 10,000 career passing yards, he's already well on his way to breaking his own records in this dimension. Looking at the schedule for Peyton's junior season, it looks pretty brutal, but Bama and Florida are back on the schedule, and there's a big non-conference trip to Michigan. Let's just pretend Tom Brady is there. Tennessee comes in ranked 8th in the nation, but the team has dropped to an 87 overall, so this could be a down year. Kind of crazy to say that this is the worst the wide receiver depth has looked, but it's still very solid. Peyton is the Heisman favorite going into this year. And forget a down year, the Vols go 12-1 on the regular season, including a 69-67 shootout against Michigan. What the hell? Peyton throws for 525 yards, almost breaking Tyler Brady's record. It was a season full of close, high-scoring games, but they fall short in the SEC championship, losing to Texas. Still, another incredible year for Peyton. 5,610 yards, passing, 44 touchdowns. He wins the Davey O'Brien Award, but finishes 4th in the Heisman voting. The winner was Treston McMillan, who left Washington for Tulane, I guess. Tennessee gets revenge on Texas in the first round of the playoffs, but falls short to Penn State in the semifinals. USC goes on to win their 2nd national title in 3 years here in this road to glory. Peyton ends his junior season with 6,570 yards passing with 50 touchdowns. That breaks the NCAA single season record for passing yards. He also now owns the SEC career passing yards record with 16,613 yards and 134 touchdowns. That puts him just 2,604 yards and 21 touchdowns shy of Case Keenum's NCAA career records. So now, Peyton, the for sure #1 pick in the NFL draft, has got a decision to make.
As difficult as it's been, I knew I couldn't make a bad decision. But I knew whatever decision I made had to be my own decision and nobody else's. I made up my mind. I don't expect to ever look back. I'm going to stay at the University of Tennessee.
Peyton did what just felt right. He came back to Tennessee for 1 more year. Tennessee comes in ranked #1 in the nation, and the roster is loaded. 94 overall team rating. But now at 99 overall with accuracy maxed out, Peyton's equipped with resistance, step up, sleight of hand, dot, on time, all on platinum. Expectations are sky high for both Peyton and Tennessee. The schedule is tough as always, but we do have that shot at Bama and Florida in his senior season. 5 of the last 6 games are rivalry games, with Oklahoma thrown in, a team that won the national title just 2 years ago here in this road to glory. Before we start playing, here's my passing settings. I like revamped with 15 reticle speed and just play on default Heisman. Depending on how this goes, I might start looking for some Heisman sliders. We start out with 3 straight home games: Washington Huskies, Michigan State Spartans, and South Alabama. Then we travel to Starkville to deal with the Cowbells all night against Mississippi State. Some solid matchups early on, but if Peyton and the Vols want to end the season on top, they can't let any of these slip by.
On the move to the rush from the wideout. They want to throw it. Gonna take a shot. He's looking to throw.
You're going to run it, but you still got to be able to sprinkle in.
Just keep swinging it. Play action. Here comes the heat.
Wisconsin, Florida, Rhode Island. Omaha!
Looking to throw, it's Manning. Unleashes. He's looking to pass. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He's up at 20. Gets it. Looking for a man, it's Manning. Tries to take the top off. Trying to pull his way in.
Running the ball, but David, I feel like
Down in the Tennessee hills.
Manning taking the shot on the first play. Snags it on. Wants to go up top. He'll take a shot. And makes the grab.
that was a really good example of it again.
And into the end zone. And the only throw on first down. He's got an open man. And he gets it. Manning fires to the end zone. Aggressive team. Caught over
I think they have it on this drive. Great.
this offense as they are starting to pull away here. Got enough space. That can make it stay pulled on. As we'll see it, Steve on the clear. Taking on a they try it again. Looking to throw on first down.
It means a lot every single week.
Give that guy a manual.
Makes the catch. Turning inside. And he's slipped through the crowd. Third down. He'll try to pick it up through the air. Snags it down the post. Touchdown, Vols. Wants to keep it in the air. Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown.
Hundreds of thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's gonna.
Touchdown on this third down in Starkville. Quick completion on the out route.
Do his thing. Haven't been able to get.
And they will score. Touchdown. And they start having coaching clinics. They're going to
Offenses have evolved so much. They can do so much.
Mississippi State gave us a little trouble, but we pulled away in the second half. Michigan State was only a 76 overall, so a little lower than expected. Still a successful 4-0 start to the year. We're going to throw on the Smoky Grays to play FCS Midwest here. Then we have Arkansas and Georgia close out the stretch with a road trip to Kentucky. Peyton actually faced off against Kirby Smart when he played for Georgia, and Kirby got his first career interception at Georgia against Peyton Manning.
Just way too easy for the offense.
fires to the middle. They'll run it. And he takes it in. They'll try to get it in with the run. And might be looking to run. Not. This time they'll go to the running game. And into the end zone. Some a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield.
had a rough offensive game against Kentucky. No touchdowns for Peyton in that one. Neither team scored in the second half against Arkansas, but we did pull out the win. Pulled away late against Georgia to win by 10. Not great for the Heisman race, but we'll take the wins. Still, Peyton secures the NCAA records for both passing yards and passing touchdowns during that stretch. Now we've got a huge finish to the season. Oklahoma at Neyland, Bama and Tuscaloosa for the third Saturday in October on November 10th, Florida in the Swamp, and then the annual finale against Vandy. If Tennessee wants that SEC title, this is the stretch to win.
This is awesome. On to running room. Recover by the defense.
Man, when the weather conditions start to come down, it starts to break when you force them.
With this drive with a pass. Snagged out of the air. Play fake. Throws toward the end zone. Offense is looking for a play to close this deal out.
They're trying to get some points on the board.
Working that left side now.
You need to be throwing the football right now.
Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be. He'll toss it. To the air. It's Manning.
Somewhere down the field.
Fires one high and deep. A heartbreaking loss. So Alabama once again.
National championship there, take a sack. That has got to be what.
Good timing on the quick out.
Routes too. He is a versatile back.
Got enough.
The defense has got to do a better job at.
Got it. Aces. He's at the. Looking for the scope. Going downfield for the big play. Touchdown, Tennessee.
They're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of.
Touchdown, Volunteer.
Came out, they looked prepared. They were.
Reaction. He tosses one high and deep down the left side.
Sure, you get this football out of your hands quickly.
He's loose. And then shoots it to the left. He's got an open man.
Just trying to pick up a simple first, but when you.
Touchdown, Tennessee. Third and long, trying to have a big completion downfield. It's Manning. He's not afraid to go deep. Hey! Touchdown! Right down the middle. It's complete. And oh no, he loses the ball at the end of the run. First down to throw. Lofts one high and deep. First down. Gets it out fast. Not out of trouble, throws.
Surprisingly, we handled Oklahoma pretty easily, but the very next week, everything went wrong against Bama. Couldn't really recover after that brutal fumble, and our best red zone receiver dropped the go-ahead touchdown late. But then we bounced back hard, and Gainesville beat Florida by 3 touchdowns in the swamp. Senior day was a massive success. Vols beat Vandy 49-7. Peyton throws for 623 yards and 7 touchdowns. That's a new Tennessee record for passing yards in a game and ties Eric Ainge's school record for touchdowns in a game. Peyton finishes the regular season with 4,567 yards, 45 touchdowns. We get a rematch against Oklahoma in the SEC championship. No matter the result, Tennessee is likely playoff bound, but Peyton wants this title.
Quick throw to his receiver. He's got it in the open. He's in the clear. Here he goes. Past the top. He's blocked. Launching one to the end zone. Comes out, they're looking to throw. On the move now. Quarterback finds a target on the right. It's complete. Here's a quick throw off the play fake. Touchdown. Now they can call themselves champions of the SEC. That's one of the most difficult titles to earn in this sport. And now with the playoff.
And that was more like what I expected from Oklahoma. Had to score late, but the defense came through. 27-20 win. But still, we are the SEC champions. 4 receivers finished with over 1,000 yards, including our tight end Baker. But the Heisman goes to Will Wilson from NC State, who is at FAU now. So no Heisman for Peyton. Didn't even get first team All-SEC or All-American honors. Peyton and the Vols feel disrespected. Even though they lock up the number 2 seed in the playoffs, they will face off against Notre Dame. Vols got their locker room material now. Let's go out mad and shove it to those voters. And shove it to the haters they did. Tennessee steamrolls Notre Dame like it was 2013 Bama. Then they held off a late push from USC to punch a ticket to the national championship, where they will face off against Ohio State. Peyton beat the Buckeyes in real life in the 1996 Citrus Bowl, and this Final Four looks very late 90s, early 2000s. And looking at Ohio State's roster, they are a 94 overall, but that secondary looks weak. They got one solid corner there, but on the other side, they have a white defensive back named Peace with 86 speed and no abilities. I think we're going to try and attack him all game. And of course, it is raining here in the national championship. Ryan Day better make sure his Just for Men doesn't run. But let's go out here and try to get Tennessee and Peyton their national championship.
Dropping back, it's Manning. Looking deep in the very first play. Touchdown, Vols. Quick throw to the quarterback off the RPO. And use Manning. Taking a shot deep down the right side. Caught inside the red. Deep shot toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Barbecue chicken alert! Barbecue chicken alert!
Caught over the middle. He's Parker. Look out. Operation here. Taking a shot deep toward the end zone. And he makes the catch. He's in the clear. Second down. A deep shot to the left side. He makes the run in the end zone. Quarterback will throw it off the one pass option. The defense has got it. Oh, and he fumbles. Touchdown, Ohio State. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Or they'll try to throw for it here. Looking downfield near the end zone. And he's got it. Running out of time in the pocket. And the receiver's got it. And that's going to do it as we crown another national champion and punctuate a wild, exciting season of college football. They are officially your kings of college football and national champions, the Tennessee Volunteers.
And attack that corner we did. Holy hell. They kept pressing, and I'm not going to take that shot. He got burned every time. Had Darryl Sun looking like Hyatt versus Bama out there. And Peyton finishes with 428 yards passing, 7 touchdowns. That has to be some kind of record. I think Burrow had 490 yards passing and 5 touchdowns in his title game. So that is a touchdown record in a national championship game. But we actually beat Burrow's SEC single season touchdown record by 1 with 61 touchdowns. Peyton finishes his career with 22,641 yards, 195 touchdowns passing. I think it's safe to say that the Veer and shoot is pretty cracked in this game, and it can be pretty nasty actually playing with it too. Trophy room ends up a little light, no Heisman, but we did get that SEC championship and national championship. But this was a fun road to glory. Simming through and seeing all the crazy numbers that you can get up with the Veer and shoot offense and playing out that final year as a true pocket passer was a nice change up from the mobile quarterbacks we have done so far. Peyton goes on to be the #1 pick in the NFL draft. And who knows, maybe there's some random nerd from Michigan out there waiting to become his lifelong rival. I ain't forget about that slide you tried to pull on Ed Reed, Tom. Go Vols.